Union Home Minister Amit Shah is in Jammu and Kashmir for a 3-day visit. Upon Shah's arrival in Srinagar, he visited the house of slain Jammu and Kashmir Police Inspector Parvez Ahmad to meet his family. Shah told the family of the Braveheart that the nation is with them and the country will remember the supreme sacrifice made by Dar. Shah also promised a government job to Dar's wife. Parvez Ahmad was killed by terrorists in June this year. The Home Minister's 3-day visit to Jammu and Kashmir will be, in fact, his first visit since the abrogation of Article 370. This a week after 11 civilians and 9 Jawans were killed by terrorists in Kashmir. Those are live visuals that are coming in of the Union Home Minister calling on the family of slain Inspector Parvez Ahmad, who in fact belonged to the CID wing of Jammu and Kashmir Police. He paid his respects and he also assured the family that the country stands with them, that they greatly respect the supreme sacrifice made by Inspector Parvez Ahmad, who was killed by terrorists on June 22nd when he was on his way home from the local mosque. Home Minister Amit Shah there, his first stop in the Kashmir Valley in Srinagar. He will be holding a security review meeting after this at the Raj Bhavan of the Unified Command. Security and intelligence officials will be present in that meeting. But before that, the first stop he makes with Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha and MOS in the Prime Minister's office, Dr. Jitendra Singh. He stops at the residence in Nogam of slain Inspector of Jammu and Kashmir Police Parvez Ahmad, who was killed by terrorists on June 22nd this year. My colleague Kamaljeet Sandhu is now joining me on the phone line from Srinagar. Kamaljeet, we are getting visuals now of that visit that the Home Minister paid to the family of Parvez Ahmad. He will be meeting, like you'd been pointing out to our viewers as well, with the families of slain cops and civilians as well, because as far as the security situation is concerned, that is something which continues to be extremely tense in the Kashmir Valley, given the recent spate of targeted killings of civilians and the Jawans we've lost in terrorist attacks as well.
Well, we've just managed to reach Parvez Ahmad family. This is obviously a pertinent point. Home Minister sending a strong message, especially that this nation and the centre stands with the family of those who have lost lives, especially because they have been at the receiving end of terror factories which have been generated from Pakistan. The messaging is also clear in many sense because this remains a big security challenge as far as security forces are concerned. Even though there have been additional boots on the ground, we do see often such incidents now repeating, outsiders, non-locals being targeted, minorities being targeted. So yes, this messaging at this point of time with Amit Shah choosing this particular time to visit Valley is something as a strong signal. Also, he will reach Raj Bhavan and he will be carrying out a review of security forces. All top intelligence and security grid chiefs are here. This is obviously going to be a part is also outreach where he's expected to meet several delegations. But in time to come, he will emphasize not only on security aspects, but also on his political outreach.
That's right. There is, of course, there's a whole gamut of issues that he will be tackling during this visit. He, of course, they're making his first stop at the residence of Inspector Parvez Ahmad, who he told the family made the supreme sacrifice which will not be forgotten by the country. He's assured the family of all kinds of support and assured a job for the deceased wife as well. In terms of the recent incidents that the Kashmir Valley has been witnessing, Kamal, in terms of targeted killings of civilians, specifically some of those who belonged to minority groups, what are the sort of security challenges that the Union Home Ministry faces? Right, we'll try and reconnect with my colleague Kamaljeet Sandhu, who is, of course, tracking the Home Minister's visit in Jammu and Kashmir. She just told us that after visiting the family of Inspector Parvez Ahmad, Union Home Minister Amit Shah has in fact reached Raj Bhavan. He will be holding his first official engagement of the day over here. He will be convening a meeting of the Unified Command at the Raj Bhavan shortly.